we'll see. The draft is underway. They first picked the Bane, and team name, they actually had the same opening. Speaking of the matchup earlier against Quincy Crew, I believe that was in the second game. They picked the same two heroes, the Bane, Leshrac opening, and it is interesting because Mirana is still on the board, so they picked Bane. Obviously, if Mirana was left into that second pick, then I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for it, but Demon Slayer's smarter than that, not going to give them a chance. They'll gladly take Mirana themselves. You don't necessarily need a Bane setup. There's plenty of other heroes, of course, Wyvern, Sand King, etc. that come to mind that are certainly very good for it too. So they pick up the Mirana with the Abaddon, and again, I'm not saying you should ever draft purely just by stats overall and how they look, but look at the Bane opening. Bane is 24 games he's been seen in this tournament in all the regions. So far, this is really just from a day of coverage, but it's 24 games in total. He's the top 20 hero being picked. 25% win percentage. The hero isn't having the greatest success right now in these matches. And then you have Mirana on the other side, who's actually, the 7th most picked overall, and she's a 58% win percentage. So, take that how you will, but it's something I feel like you should be referring to a little bit, and I know that the team name clearly likes Bane. This is the 3rd of their 4 games now they've ran this hero. But
10 seconds
something to keep in mind. Point is, they have it with the Leshrac. They go the Ogre 3rd pick,
5 seconds
so that beefy frontliner likely to be an offlane Ogre. Again, a lot of similarities to their first series draft that they had. Ember Spirit, though, the 3rd pick for Demon Slayers to go with the Abaddon. We've seen Abaddon offlane today in general. The 2 times we've seen Abaddon, it has been played as offlane both times. Certainly a hero you could expect to see in the support role as well.
Dire team pick.
And it is likely to be an offlane with the Disruptor pick coming out from Demon Slayers. So Disruptor, not your everyday support right now. At least I don't think so. Let me actually.
Radiant team
Speaking
back.
of stats,
Naga
has been seen
Siren.
11 times, so has actually been played a little bit here throughout these qualifiers. But 4th pick for Demon Slayers. Of course, Static Storm's great against somebody like Leshrac. You Static Storm, kinetic field him, and life becomes difficult. BKB ideally changes that, but until then, it is pretty
10
annoying.
seconds remaining.
Naga Siren
5 seconds remaining.
going to be the response from Team Named. Okay, so they go the Naga Siren pick. It's funny. Usually those heroes together, obviously very good, but happen to be on opposite teams this time around. They do have Naga Siren Sleep will be good setup for Leshrac to get in position appropriately. Net is certainly going to be pretty strong in this game already. There is the Aphotic Shield that kind of makes it annoying, but Naga Siren not really as concerned about the Disruptor either, I wouldn't think so.
Dire team ban.
Looking like a pretty solid pick, although in the laning phase, Disruptor with that Lightning is going to be annoying, as usual. We'll probably be in the safe lane, though, so Naga Siren will have to worry about that. Demon Slayers bans the puck. You have team named taking out the Life Stealer.
Radiant team pick.
Invoker.
You know what? I'm never going to say no to an Invoker. That's for sure. I love me some Invoker. And actually, Invoker was one of the heroes that stood out to me when I was going through a lot of these stats just from the tournament so far. 21 games, kind of in the upper middle of the pack there. 21 games seen, 76% win percentage. So
10 seconds remaining.
this hero is having some pretty good success in this throughout these qualifiers so far. So now in this game specifically, yeah, I mean, I suppose Quaswex Invoker certainly is pretty good this game. The Tornadoes definitely got plenty to purge. I assume it's going to be a Quaswex Invoker. Well, you do have some okay Sunstrike set up, actually. You got Bane, you got Ogre Magi. Seems like the Exort build might be a little too greedy, though, that with the Naga Siren. So I would expect the Quaswex still.
Alchemist. Choose your hero.
Ooh, but that's an Alchemist coming out for Demon Slayers. Alchemist is certainly set up to have a pretty good game here. Yeah, looking at a team named. Even more reason why I think Invoker needs to be Qualifiers, just for the activity out of him. Because, you know, similar to last game, if they let this game play out, it could be an issue. Now, they do have a Naga Siren, so that's where the draft is, I do think, a bit stronger, that they have a Naga Siren to fall back on. Ideally, she can get some pretty good farm. Naga Siren into an Ember Spirit, I suppose you could argue, is a little questionable. Ember Spirit naturally building that Maelstrom, also brings a Flame Guard to the table. Definitely could deal with those illusions pretty well. And now you have an Alchemist on top of that with the Radiance build. Yeah, actually, this Naga Siren, suddenly, really looking at the big picture, Naga Siren doesn't seem like a big threat in this game, I'm not going to lie. So, team named, will they be able to overcome that? Ramjak going to be playing Invoker. Certainly going to need big plays out of him, just like last game on the puck. They are going to need this Invoker to have a very good time. Is going to be matched up against Ember Spirit in that mid matchup. I would think would do fine if you're a comfortable Quaswex Invoker player. Certainly can play it pretty well. We'll need to take advantage of the Tornado, of course, and EMP, but let's see. 1350, 977 as Invoker. Jeez. Okay, this guy has played a lot of Invoker.
Prepare for battle.
Had to go Quas at level 1. All right, graphic good. Into game number 2 we are here. Demon Slayers certainly looked pretty strong in game number 1.
Catch us if you can.
Trying to follow up that momentum. Got a 4-man smoke play down here, though. Invoker with the Cold Snap already invoked.
You have learned nothing.
Wrap around, maybe catch Ember Spirit. Ember, he sees him right now, but he's being collapsed on.
30
Does go
seconds
Slight.
to battle.
That is a lot of stun lockdown, though. Slight's not going to help you there.
Is quenched.
And First Blood will go the way of the Dire.
Oh, let this nightmare never end.
Stabile, he's going to hang out a little bit. Wouldn't expect him to go for any. I mean, yeah, he's pretty deep in here. This is curious.
The battle begins.
Trying to go for the banner ends. Of course, you have an Alchemist, so the Radiant. Trying to get a little greedy with that, but the Ghost of he's going to go all the way. He's going to distract him as long as he can. Of course, he's got a TP. Bane has a sleep, though, so he cannot TP until that sleep is used. And now a Disruptor coming over. He definitely can't. And he's going to take some damage from the Thunderstrike. And Alchemist will eventually make his way back to the bottom lane. So I'm really not sure what that was about, to be honest. Did he get... Okay, I thought he TP'd for a second. That would have been really bad. But no, he is going to hide in the trees and now TP. Because, yeah, there was no way he was getting that rune. So waste a little bit of time, I guess. But kind of, I mean, Bane doesn't care, so... Yeah, but he's in the lane now after the first creep wave. We'll try to make up. Now, Leshrac Ogre, certainly pretty potent combo itself. And, yeah, this Disruptor is going to have to be careful with it. Of course, you cannot expect really anything out of Alchemist in terms of assistance.
Deny.
Bane and Mirana trading blows. Oh, Bane, did he get a little too cozy here? That Curse of Avernus, the arrow connects. And then Batten will get the last hit. So yeah, he aggroed the creep wave, and that really seemed to be the end of him. Got a little too greedy with the positioning. Costabile goes down here at the bottom lane. So that's a big kill for the Dire side. They take out the safe lane Alchemist. who still has 10 seconds on the TP, and he has a lane being pushed up into his tower. Yeah, this is really bad for Alchemist. He's going to TP for the next lane. Already missing a creep kill, though. Agasar constantly sending in the illusions. See a bad in though. Of course, he's going to take advantage of it, being a little bit weaker of a laner. Now he's going after Bane. Yeah, Bane's in trouble. He's going to get silenced up, and all right, Nagasaran enough pressure though to put a bad in back. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Disruptor goes down this time. So this Leshrac Ogre combo is clearly proven to be an issue here at the bottom, and you kind of wonder if Mirana is going to make her way down there eventually. Basilius picked up by Invoker early on.
You have been denied.
Stop Ember Spirit from denying. Invoker's 14-2, Ember Spirit 16-5, so it is a slight advantage for Ember Spirit right now. You see Invoker though, not afraid to use the spells. Top lane, Baden gets really low, but manages to survive. Rana coming in to help. Back to the bottom, Alchemist. Knights up as mid lane. Ember Spirit picks up the solo kill. Back to the bottom lane. Kinetic Field going to keep them in place. Jabs goes down at the top lane as well, thanks to a Baden. So a couple of kills just like that for Demon Slayers. Yeah, that mid kill though, that's big. That's certainly one of those. It's hard to see happening, especially not even being level 6 yet, but somehow managed. Action in all three lanes at that point. Back to the bottom, Alchemist. He does get hit by the splitter this time. Ember Spirit's here though. Costabili, he's getting low. Can he be saved though? Absolutely. Leshrac is cut down, and all of a sudden, Ogre is saying, ah, crap. Did not see this coming.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Is going to
attack.
survive though. No glimpse being up. As Bounty Rune's about to spawn, so especially for the Alchemist team. Of course, you want to try to prioritize those, but it seems like it will be the 2 for 2. Top lane controlled by the dire side. Lucky thinks he has a chance. Gonna run it with the Edict. If he lands a Split Earth, he does. And he's correct. That's the whole I'm going to run at you strat. Works pretty well in that case. Alchemist, obviously a very weak laner. So they are certainly addressing the Alchemist factor, at least for now. And Ember Spirit, even with that kill, Invoker is still looking very good. 29-9 compared to Ember's 21-5. In fact, you look at the net worth. Yeah, all three cores on the rating side are actually leading right now, but it is very slim. It's within 200 gold or so net worth for all three of them. So nothing too big. Certainly think this is already a much better game for Team Named right now. Compared to the first one, that is.
That be ours. You have my thanks.
Top lane Abaddon. Off in the Aphotic Shield, goes for the turn. Bane's dead. It's a great turn coming out from Mirana and Abaddon as they are going to run away. Back to the bottom lane, Alchemist. He's being pressured down here, though. Kinetic Field, trying to save him. Glimpse back even, trying to avoid the Diabolic Edict, the Lightning Storm, and he will manage to live somehow. And now the Dire team named went too deep for this. Lies, he's looking to clean up on Ogre. They've already killed Leshrac. Ogre is also picked off, so Lies getting his Ember Spirit once again. We saw what he did the previous game. Technically had a couple of rampages. Wait, where did Invoker die? Whoa, Invoker died all the way over here. Oh man, he was going to try to kill Abaddon and he ends up dying to him. No. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. So suddenly Invoker is not looking too hot anymore. This Bane's in trouble.
Double damage.
Puts the sleep on, but no chance he's getting out of there. So the collapse happens. Abaddon going right back towards the top lane. So Mirana hasn't done a ton of roaming. She has been involved really up here at the top lane for the most part, but 1-0-4 already. Just going to find Naga Siren also. With that double damage rune. I don't think it's killing her, but will get her to fall back. Kills the summoner as well. See, Ogre's got the Hand of Midas queued up. Look at Alchemist though, soaring in hand. Now has the Radiance
Bottom tower is under
in his
attack.
queue as well. So Naga, what is she going for? She is going to go the whole Yasha Manta.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not going to try to compete with the
Radiant
Radiance.
structures are fortified.
It does feel like BKB is probably something that Naga Siren wants to get. It's not an item she usually wants to get, but this game it's certainly going to do a lot. It is tough to say though, does she go for a second? Or I think she can go the whole, let's see, a Manta into a Diffusal,
Is under attack.
and then the BKB after.
Vanish.
Booker's trying to finish the urn. Moonlight Shadow's activated, by the way, Abaddon. And Disruptor, they're going in. There's the Battering spawning. You see 3 are picked up by the Radiant, so Leshrac at least prevents them from getting all 4. But this is an Alchemist lineup we're talking about. So they'll take that advantage and escalate that much more. And suddenly you look back at Alchemist, and he's already at 2,500 gold now.
The rune of invisibility.
Baddon's just going to run at Ogre. Curse of Avernus allows him to do that. He is holding the point. We saw this earlier too. Level 7, you hold that point. Waiting to level up borrowed
Radiant's
time
top
if he needs
tower
it.
is under attack.
That way it doesn't get triggered preemptively. Bane going to help finish off the job under Mirana. Good brain sap there. Fiend's Grip even.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, Splitter just missing. Leshrac, yeah, getting a little too antsy there, trying to make that kill actually happen because of the miss. Almost backfired on him. But unable to connect.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's Ogre finally going down. We saw Abaddon for a while. He pops borrowed time here. Does get hit by the EMP. The arrow misses Invoker. And with a cold snap, they are going to have to stop the chase. Abaddon has 21 charges, though, so he could still make some plays. He's just going to pop it right here as they push the tower. There's a hand of Midas finish on Ogre, but the arrow connected. Invoker gets hit by the arrow, and he gets killed. Ogre does get the multi-cast on that Midas as he comes in, puts a stun up, but now with Ember Spirit showing up, Shu was regretting TPing into here big time. Especially losing Invoker, they lose a tower, and they lose Ogre Magi. Oh man, 5,000 net worth lead. Quickly growing in favor of Demon Slayers.
Dire's bottom tower is under
He's got the
attack.
Sacred Relic, right? Yeah, Sacred Relic in hand. The Radiance just around the corner now for Alchemist. Glimpse is going to pull back Bane. He just goes for the TP play. And he will be
Dire's
successful.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Baden has a Vlad skewed up now. Got the couple of braces first, but now wants to build that team support item. Nice utility. Back to Naga Siren. Does have a Yasha. Again, Naga Siren, a hero that does not want to fight. A lot of this early game, it goes back to they really needed an Invoker to have a good start. He didn't, unfortunately. He at least has his Urn now. Still no Exor points, so
Dire's top
bit of his
tower
arsenal is
under attack.
Allies
Dire
disappear.
are scanning. Dire's
unable
middle
to be
tower has
accessed.
fallen.
without the Exort. And Flea's going to make his getaway. Moonlight Shadow's used, but that was 4 heroes coming for him down here, and he avoids it.
Radiant's
See
bottom
Leshrac
tower
thinking that
is
somebody
under
might be
attack.
behind the tower. Oh, this is clever. Huh. You can hide right there
Radiant's
without
bottom
taking hits.
tower
Nice.
has
A level 4 Edict. I mean, you just see that tower melt. Today I learned.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ember Spirit going to come down here and not going to let them get a free tier 2 tower. In fact, the Radiant team might want to fight this. Mirana's going to get slept up nearby, but Abaddon's here. Has the shield, throws it up. EMP will connect
Radiant's
on at
middle
least
tower
Abaddon,
is
but now
under
Invoker's in
attack.
an unfortunate position. Meanwhile, south of us, they catch Lucky on the Leshrac. Bane, he's also going to be a victim.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Up here, that's a Naga sleep on Alchemist. Can they really kill him? He's got Chemical Rage. Yeah, that was just a waste. In fact, Ogre, I thought he just canceled it, but no, he dies. So he got stopped TPing in. Now Costabile is just, he's going to fight this. Why not? Invoker's here as well. Of course, EMP connects. Yeah, that's a big deal, but a stick, he's got that ready just in case. So that's a Nagasar in sleep now on cooldown. 2 more minutes plus. Just trying to make that kill happen onto the farmed Alchemist. Doesn't happen, and Alchemist almost has a full BKB. Wow. So heavy priority on the BKB. He might get jumped, but they're going to see them coming uphill. And Disruptor's already nearby. He pops the Shrine early. He's got a concoction. Can he cast it? He's going to stun himself. He is going to... Oh, he got it off at the last second. Doesn't matter. He still dies, but it comes at a cost. Here comes the cleanup crew for the Radiant. The glimpse back of Leshrac. They're going to kill him as well. A double kill for Lies. They got 3 in total. So they lose the Alchemist, but they get 3. And did Alch buy his BKB? No, he is still shy of the BKB. So, again, in that aspect, trying to be positive for Team Named. I mean, they prevent the BKB from being finished yet, but losing 3 of your heroes to do so is not ideal. Suppose it is a little more opening for Naga Siren. And she does
Dire's
queue up the
structures
Diffusal
are
next.
fortified.
So now looking to finish the Manta first. And I think that build makes the most sense. Manta Diffusal into the BKB would be my guess. Ember Spirit's almost got the Maelstrom finished as well. Disruptor
Speedy rune of haste.
in trouble. Dead trouble, in fact, as the Tornado's gonna miss because Ember Spirit's too slippery. Just trying to help his teammate out. Smoke over here. They did not catch Invoker, though, so he actually invokes this Ghost Walk. Can they catch Ember, maybe? Yeah, he's going to Ghost Walk up. Abaddon's also nearby, though. So they open Abaddon. Invoker is still checking things out, however. The entire team realizes this is a lost cause, Leshrac. He's got the Edict. It doesn't matter, though. He's dead. Invoker is still nearby, but again, he's not going to go. Too much has already happened. They lose Bane. Invoker, all they can do is just watch as his teammates die around him.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Top tower has fallen.
Wow, Mirana has a full Solar Crest. They're very good against the Naga Siren. All right, who actually queues up an Eye of Scotty after Diffusal. And again, not 100% sure yet, but of course that's more of the one. It's going to enhance her illusions that much more, which is nice. Going more just the life pool route, but my concern for her is the crowd control being an issue. And not having a BKB does have the mantle to take care of a couple things, but really Disruptor is going to be annoying. You're dealing with the Radiant Sprint as well from Alchemist. So the argument's there for BKB, but either way, Lies is on a godlike streak. He knows how to play Ember Spear, that's for sure. We saw last game the performance he had, and this game he's already 9-1-6. Abaddon, how about his score? 7-0-10. Old White feeling pretty good. Invoker still trying to finish a Spirit Vessel, let alone an Axe. You gotta think that'll come next, but it's not many worse feelings when you're playing Invoker, especially Core Invoker. Almost gotta say that nowadays, but the Core Invoker, and you're 20 minutes into the game and you still don't even have any components of your Axe yet.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Certainly changes the hero, of course. Alchemist with that Solar Crest buff. They're just keeping it up.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Uh-oh, Invoker's in trouble. They've Dust? No. So never mind, Invoker's fine. Meanwhile, look at the mid base. It's being pushed in. Now, two players aren't here for Demon Slayers, so they are going to back off. So that's asleep, though. Do they have vision? Do they not have vision? Oh, no. Moonlight Shadows, it's still on. Finally, the dust comes out. They see them, but it was too late. They didn't realize exactly where they were initially. Now, Alchemist, however, is going to get comboed. Naga Siren beating down Mirana. Mirana's dead. Costume Billy. Here's a save from Abaddon, so the supporting cast has made it in. Ember Spirit comes to clean up, and he takes out Leshrac. Buyback from Leshrac. Fiend's Grip locking down Ember Spirit. Over here to the left, Naga Siren's trying to get away from Alchemist. Will Diffusal slow him, but is it enough? Splits up with the illusions. He's caught, though, in the kinetic field and cannot get out. So Naga Siren's dead. She's out for 45. That is a lot of damage loss. Big unstable concoction on 2. They lose the Leshrac again for the dieback. Invoker's now caught as well. This kinetic field just holding people in place. And Shu's also killed. So what seemed like maybe a chance for Team Name. They didn't have the vision initially, and then it just became a disaster after it. Clean up from Demon Slayers. And suddenly that net worth lead upwards of almost 20K. And we're only 21 minutes in.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified.
So finally the Spirit Vessel finished on Invoker, which obviously is very good against the likes of Alchemist, but certainly feels like a too little too late kind of deal. It's this Alchemist one, he already has a BKB, he's had it, he's gonna assault Kyros as well. Does he have something else coming out? Oh no, I think that's what was just finished actually. He just tanked this, yeah. Why would he run? Just turns and kills.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Well, Demon Slayers on the verge of going 2-0 to start of the group stages. That's got to be a feels-good moment. On the other side, though, team named
Radiant structures are fortified.
possibly dropping 0-4. Still 4 more games to be played, and as long as you don't finish 5th place in your group, the last place overall, you still move on in some sort. Vokers is trolling now, as he just calls it GG, but so it is official. But yeah, so to clarify that, as long as you don't finish 5th, you still move on, whether it's for the minor or, of course, the major for top 2. But obviously, team named is finding themselves in a difficult spot early on, so we'll see how they finish off tomorrow. I believe that means today is done for them, actually. Yeah, just to double check. They are done for today. Hey, freshen up, though. Regroup. Come back tomorrow. See what plays they can make. As far as Demon Slayers go, they're 2-0. And they will play later today in the final series of the night here in Group B against Fighting Pepegas. Certainly a bigger challenge. No offense, of course, but I think it's fair to say. Better challenge with Fighting Pepegas, who is coming fresh off their 2-0 victory just earlier today against Team Plus. All right, another break coming up, but that means our next series just around the corner. And speaking of Team Plus, we're going to get the chance to watch them versus Quincy Crew. We're going to see Quincy Crew, of course, the Sumail, Yawar, CCNC, SVG, and MSS crew. They're going up against Team Plus. Saw them earlier. You have Sammy Boy, Jenkins, God Z, and others. That should be another fun one. That'll be coming up next after a short break. So once again, I'm Breaky CPK. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast, having some fun here, casting some North American region for the MDL major coverage. Qualifiers, stay tuned. We'll be back with our next series.